All right, so this is my first vlog for Girl of New Zealand regarding chapters 1 and 2. I didn't know if we had to do one for the prologue and like the editor note because it was like a page long. So we're gonna start here. Transitioning from Hawaii's story to this is much better for me. I like to have a physical copy of the book, and I just feel like this is more like Cherokee women, and I can actually decipher what's trying to be portrayed here and not have to infer as much and not understand as much regarding language and other things, because I can connect to them easier, so that's good. So chapters 1, also, I know Dr. Bakhtu, you said that you'd post things, but I didn't see any like question prompts, so I'm gonna just do this before class tomorrow. So the first chapter regards a picture that's being deciphered, and it's in this magazine, Punch something. And this is actually a British magazine that stood for sophisticated humor, if there is such a thing. And this is where the cartoon was originated. The term cartoon was in the first ever publication. Colonization of New Zealand, I'd learned this, came late in the British expansion. And it talks a little bit about how without land and women, men might live without mana, which is like honor, status, place in life, a reason to live. That was interesting. And it says stuff about violence and how spectacle violence was present to prevent full out violence. And this is how they would settle disputes by fighting each other in a more civil way than just all out warfare between houses and tribes. Moving into the second chapter, the title of The Woman of New Zealand illustrates a powerful ideology utilized in colonial naturalization. She talks a lot about how narratives itself make history. That was like a fine stance she has compared to other scholars. He talked a little bit about the British colonizers erecting fences around their establishments, suggesting that the native Maori people were savage and that they need to be like physically barred from entering. Privilege in colonial regimes determine what narratives exist today. She emphasized that point a lot and talked about how the paintings and the writings and everything we have currently is clearly there because those people in power either created them or chose to preserve them for some reason. But ultimately, this is a very beginning dive into this book. I think it'll get a lot more expansive, and it is a lot more interesting than the story of Hawaii by Hawaii's Queen, Lily. So I look forward to seeing what comes.